Empresas del Bosque began as a sole proprietorship in 1985, starting out as a custom farmer growing for other farmers. Eventually, with the help of farmers that lent me things like tractors, equipment, and lenders that started financing me, then I started growing my own crops like cotton, melons, asparagus, almonds, and cherries.
I had learned about Joe, heard about Joe, seen Joe on TV, read articles, seen social media postings for a long time before I met Joe. He spoke about the drought, obviously, and the effect that the drought was having on his family's operation, that he'd had to lay fallow quite a bit of acreage this year due to the drought. Then he sort of started talking about his family and his workers, and it came through so clearly how Joe is not only a dedicated farmer, but a dedicated employer, and just has done so many good things in terms of employee safety and employee working conditions.
Farm worker safety is incredibly important to me. My operation has always been involved with labor-intensive crops, so when I learned about AgSafe, I became a member and a supporter of AgSafe because they are helpful in getting farmers to provide better and safer working conditions for their employees. My ancestors were farm workers. My wife was a farm worker. So we understand the needs of our farm workers, and we want them to have good working conditions. So we do a lot of things such as training. We train our supervisors. We bring trainers to our farm for all-day training of all the mandatory stuff like CPR, first aid, sexual harassment, heat stress, and then we go on to have more training of how to become better supervisors. And my wife and I take these classes too. And then from there we go on to our farm workers, and then crew by crew we give them safety training, and also we give them information about labor laws and their rights, and we also just try to have a good relationship with them. I started out quite some years ago with a website for my company, and the purpose of it was to reach out to my customers, the consumers of our melons. Wanted them to understand where their food came from and what it took to produce it. As social media came along, I found that to be incredibly useful to get more information out there to people. And as I became an activist on water issues, I used it even more. In fact, that one tweet I did last year in February, I attribute that to getting the president out here, in which I tweeted, I said, "President Barack Obama, I humbly invite you to come to my farm to understand and discuss the issues of water that are impacting our farms and communities in the San Joaquin Valley." I can't say that I brought President Obama out here, but I was chosen to be the one to receive him, and I'm very honored to have that role. I think it all became as a result of being active on water issues and being out in the public and offering of myself everything possible to get people to understand our water situation here in the valley. And I believe that caught the attention of the folks that were going to bring the president out here. Since I grew up out here on the west side, and water has always been a vital issue here, I've always been involved in some way or another with water. When I started farming, I got involved with our local water district in an advisory committee capacity. Eventually, on one of the water districts that I was farming in, I became a director, and then became a director of the San Joaquin Valley Drainage Authority, because drainage issues are important also. As a result of my activism with water, farm water, Governor Schwarzenegger appointed me to the California Water Commission in 2009, and then Governor Brown reappointed me this year. So I am serving my second term on the California Water Commission that will be dealing with the Prop 1 that was passed last year in November, which has $2.7 billion dedicated to storage projects for improving the state of water in California. My wife and I actually complement each other. Yeah, I have a great ability to deal with crops. She has a great ability to deal with people. And so she is really the person in my company who has that rapport with our people, and she looks out for them. She is also their advocate. Oftentimes she will come to me and advocate for our employees, and we'll have a little discussion or negotiation between our workers and the farm, and she's the one who advocates for them. My wife and I have 6 daughters. We have four of them are married, so we have 4 sons-in-law. We have 7 grandchildren. Right now we have 1 daughter working with us. She is our food safety director. She has a very important position in the company. And we hope in the future to bring others back into the company.
My reaction when I heard that he received the award was a real feeling of satisfaction. I think that Joe is very much merits this designation.
I was quite surprised. I was not expecting anything like this. My entire focus has been on farming and activism, and I have a lot of focus and goals in what we're doing there, and I have never thought about any awards or anything like that. I was never expecting anything like that. So it was a pleasant surprise.